So I hope everyone is doing fine out there, John. So thank you so much for tuning in, brother. Really appreciate it, man. Celebrating Deb's 21st birthday.
And John, it's his birthday. We're the same day.
Oh, hey, happy birthday, John. It was your birthday, man.
On the 3rd, September
Happy
3rd.
birthday, man. On the 3rd, yep.
This is his sunset too. Both are sunset birthday. We made it, John.
Yep.
We had birthday lunch at the Mucky Duck.
Yeah.
We
An
just
English pub.
stumbled upon it.
Yep.
We were driving down the street to turn around to maybe eat at a different restaurant that was at the other end of the street. And when we got to the end of the street to turn around, there's a restaurant, the Mucky Duck, right at the end of the road.
There was a couple standing in the way, and the lady turned around and she had a shirt that said, "Let's go Cubs." I'm like, "Hey, go Cubbies." They were taking a picture. When they got out of their way, we turned around and looked at that restaurant, and yeah, it's an English pub. Like, hey, man.
Yeah, Mucky Duck English Pub.
So let's go check this place out. And an English style chili dog. They don't serve French fries. They serve chips. They usually like fish and chips. Very tasty.
Chips.
And Deb had the lobster, the big lobster. Like, whoa.
I had Florida lobster tail. Seasoned red potatoes.
And
Mixed vegetables.
what was underneath the candlelight? Was that the butter?
Oh, and butter for the lobster. That was served in a really nice
A dish that was over a
dish
candle.
that had a candle underneath it to keep the butter warm. That was the first time I've ever been served the butter for my lobster that way, the melted butter. It always came out in a warm dish, but there was nothing, never was there a candle underneath it to keep it warm continuously. So I was really impressed with this restaurant. And it was established in 1976. And it looked definitely an old restaurant, and it was really cool. Is there a bird sleeping right there in the sand? Is that a bird sleeping right there in the sand?
I don't know.
Maybe not.
It's not one buried in the sand. Or a dried up carrot. That sand blew over. Some dog turd that dried up. Sand blew up. If it moves, then it's alive. Even though we're doing live stream on my phone, Deb's got her phone on, so she can see the live streams. But next time I go live from the studio, I'm gonna start my laptop so I can see, because on this phone. Now Deb said when she turned my phone on, that you said the chats were off on my phone. Is that what you said, Deb?
Yeah.
Okay. See, this phone, there are times the volume adjusts on its own. There are times other things happen on its own. I have no idea what's going on with it. But this is why I don't mean to go on the rant. I'm not gonna. I just wish technology would make it look fine and say, okay, next time we're gonna do a change, we're gonna let everybody know so you're aware of those changes. Because I'm not. It's very frustrating. I would never rely on it for my own source of income. Oh, no way in hell. You'd be making, let's say you're making $20 an hour one day, the other day you're making $2 an hour because they decided to change it, but they didn't tell you. You don't get to know until you see the paycheck. Hey, what happened here? Oh, we forgot to tell you. We had to adjust settings. And because of that, we had to, change things around. Let me see what that is. because something's weird with this thing. Ah, Jesus. Just shell. A crusty old shell. Shell.
Wow.
All crusty. The seat literally sits 2 feet. No, I mean 4 inches above the sand. You know, if God definitely had the guitar with me, I wouldn't have busted out when I was talking about it.
So here's our setup. Here's our umbrella. That goes right into the sand, twists in really nice, goes deep, nice and sturdy. As the sun sets a little bit more, then I'll put away the umbrella and we'll switch the view to this angle that we can actually watch the sunset. But yeah, there's people out there with their kayaks. People are packing up. They've been here all day. They're done. We just come now. Oh, he's got something to say. Oh my goodness. When we were at the Mucky Duck for lunch, it was right on the Gulf of Mexico as well. And there were 4 dolphins out there playing, swimming around. It was so cute. So we're at Bowman Beach, where we've got the nice privies. I had to brush my teeth. I gotta brush my teeth every time I eat. I can't do that all day without brushing my teeth.
over and over. This food company called and they're like 245 bucks.
Dog puss, so they can't hear you play.
Oh.
I thought I'd move this back and see if anything changed. Get a little closer to you.
It's amazing me. I don't have to put that much pressure on this thinner pick. For years, guys, I've been using 1.5 millimeter pick. Years. And then just recently, I contributed to a lot of the lifting of the gear as well. But when I was playing, you know, because when you're moving your picking arm, you're moving an elbow, muscle in your elbow, and also when I'm doing my flamenco style, and it would put a feel of stress. So that's why they call it tennis elbow, but that's basically what I'd be feeling.
Oh, Dog Pod said he can hear you talking
Oh,
now.
okay. And as soon as I switched to these 0.88 millimeter, which is from a shredder's point of view, a shred god's point of view, as they say, you know, that's heresy. You went from a 1.5 millimeter down to an 88. What are you, a wimp? Yeah, I'm a wimp. But you know what? I'm a wimp. I can still play. in their perspective. And it's working for me. So my point is, whatever guitar players out there, you use what works for you. Don't listen to anybody trying to sell you a bunch of BS. It's your hands, your muscles. Everyone goes through things differently. Don't hurt yourself. And if it works for you,
It's my birthday. I'd like to hear you play guitar.
okay. See, look at that. It just feels so comfortable. Now on the strings, my nylon strings, I go back and forth between Diodario hard tension to once in a while the Diodario extra hard tension. I don't think I really need to mess with the extra hard tension.
John's dad's liking your playing.
Oh, nice. Okay, so we'll do some playing here. So I'll do what I was playing a little earlier, some little rhythms there, and then into the melodies and that. what I was trying to do with the melody, keeping in, this is how I think, keeping in the thought of my head that that rhythm that I was playing this solo melody over, the rhythm is just, so I envision that in my mind as that's playing over in my mind. To try to keep it where it would be in timing with that rhythm as I hear it. So, and it really helps with soloing strategies because whether you it's even if you, especially if you have the technique where you always go super fast, what it trains you to do is to think melodically, so that as you actually have to lay that melody track against that rhythm, you're not gonna go too far outside and nothing sounds like it doesn't fit. You know, the melody seems like it fits that rhythm. So, which is
Dogpa retired.
Paul retired?
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, man. Good for you.
He finally retired and got no money issues. Trust me, money cannot buy happiness, but it sure can pay off a lot of unhappiness. But still, you can run all your life, but not go anywhere.
You know, that's so true, yep.
So true, Dogpa. But
That is so true.
congratulations to you. That is awesome.
I think, Doc Paul, like a lot of people, you live within your means and then you're happy. You're not just happy, well, you're happy because you have a freedom. And you're not locked into a rat race of, you know, I need this, I need that, and when you really don't. You know, I remember saying this to a person, being happy with what you have and satisfied with it. And at first he was like, oh, well, there's always room for more, and as technology changes, and that's true. But then at the end of that conversation, he did say, but I understand what you're saying, because after you buy, let's say for us musicians, we buy a new piece of gear, you know, especially with electronics, in 6 months to a year, it's almost obsolete because something new comes out and you feel like you gotta buy that. It's this constant rat race. Then you start going back to some of the older gear that you kept when you're playing, and you're like, but man, this sounds good too. The difference with not spending money and going back to liking what you had is that you didn't spend that money, you still have that money, versus you spent it, now you wish you wouldn't have spent it, you know? If that makes sense. But good for you, man. What kind of work were you doing that you retired from? If you don't mind me asking.
Let's see. Let's see. I got to do Medicare in the next, I got to do Medicare in the next month. Freaking me out, way too complicated. Also trying to buy my first house. Talk about freaking out, LOL. Wow, buying your first house too?
Congratulations, man.
Wow, Dogpa, yeah, you got a lot going on.
Yep.
Is there anyone you're talking to about Medicare to help you? I was marketing, he was marketing online, online marketing.
Oh, wow, man.
Beating up Google for money. Gotta love that.
Yeah. See, a lot of you guys understand it. You know way better than I do, so you know how to...
Marketing business, nice.
Yeah, that is. There's always a need for it.
Oh, YouTube has tons of suggestions on Medicare.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Like, on everything else, on every other subject, then you get the option paralysis thing going on.
Good deal, Doc. Oh, yeah, anything to help.
Yep.
Did I get, all that stuff can be complicated, is complicated, until it's broken down.
Yeah. I think I'd be eligible for 4 years. Well, yeah, November.
4 years.
Yeah, November I'll be 61.
Yeah.
So at 65 then. But yeah, I think you're right.
65, yeah.
You have to start applying it for, I don't know how much time ahead of time.
Oh, Plan N, he's leaning to.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. They do have those plans.
They do have those plans.
Oh, do they still have Plan G, Dogpa? I was reading reading up on that because of the art magazines come in the mail. And Plan F is no longer available. My mom got on Plan F, and I think my sister got on Plan F right before they shut it down, or no longer having it available. And then I think Plan G was the next closest one to Plan F, except Plan G has a deductible where Plan F did not. And then I think we have to get some gap insurance to fill in what Medicare does not cover, a gap plan. Yeah, now I'm driving the bus with Dave. I've got some time in between my routes to get a little reading done. So I've been taking the art magazines with me and reading. Good time to catch up on my reading on those art magazines to see what's going on and to stay current on all the issues that relate to us.
Yeah.
Oh, he said G costs more, less co-pays. I never got to a doctor. Healthy, take no drugs, so I want to control my plan. I trust nothing a doctor says. I'm full carnivore and loving it. You know, I am hearing a lot more people are going carnivore and are pretty healthy, really healthy doing that. And we have one friend who he only eats twice a day or when he's hungry. And he totally went carnivore, and he buys his meat from some company that I guess raises, or they've got good quality meats. And so I believe that's what he's using, some company to have his meat shipped to him. And then he pigs out, he chows down on all that good meat.
Yeah, it's interesting. Throughout the years, what we're told what's good, one decade and another decade, no, it's not good for you anymore. You gotta have this. Then another decade, no, that's not good for you. You gotta have this. Then no, you know what? The first stuff you eat, 2 or 3 decades, yeah, go back to that. That's good. Yeah. I mean, really.
Johnson just sent you a short video.
A what video?
Short.
Oh, good.
I don't know about what. I don't know
Oh.
what he said, what John said.
Okay.
He just sent a video. I don't know. Have to watch it later.
Going back to the tuners for a classical guitar, flamenco guitar, classical guitar. I know I've seen this video, and Anna Vito classical guitars, was, I think she was over in Croatia, she's from Croatia, so she's over in Croatia, or maybe she was in Italy, talking with this guy that developed these tuners for very high-end classical guitars. And she was trying them on one, and she said, oh my God, you just turn the key just a little bit, and how it moves so smooth, and you get this locks. It's not a locking tuner, but the tuning ratio is that superior. The guy was saying, well, yeah, the price on these tuners are $950 just for the tuners. And that's a good penny to drop. But if you got a guitar that's in the $20,000 range, and you're playing with an orchestra, yeah, that's the way to go. You need something, tuning stability.
Oh, Dog Paw said I was 188 in high school. At 65, I'm 145.
Wow, good for you, man.
And a totally new wardrobe.
Good for you.
I eat only grass-fed meat and no corn, soy, eggs, and it costs too much for sure. Oh, John said of the video is about the weather by him. Wow, dog food, 145. That's a real good weight. I have a good retirement. Parents made sure and helped me so much. Yes, I'm lucky and didn't earn all of it. Not everyone is so lucky, I know. Yeah, that's true, Dogpa. Yeah. No, you know, good for you. Your parents took care of you, and that's really good to hear. Do you have other siblings, Dogpa? Or are you the one and only? Oh, that's right. They got the hurricane.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you guys didn't get that.
I think they're getting a bunch of rain.
Yeah, but you know that hurricane went up into the Louisiana coast. And
He's in Alabama.
Yeah, in Alabama, so it went up that route.
Dogpa says I got no kids. Brothers, grandkids are gonna do okay. He's doing good too. Oh, he has a brother. Okay.
Good.
Dogpa has a brother who has kids.
Oh, okay.
Or grandkids. Brother's grandkids. Nice. And his brother's doing good too.
That's good.
Awesome, Dogpa. Congratulations. I'm so happy. It's all working out nicely for you.
Man.
And yeah, definitely that grass-fed meat. That's a big key right
That's
there.
a big key right there, and being healthy. Because there's no, you know, when we were over in Europe, remember that? Well, as soon as we got back here, how fast we noticed the food here.
Yeah.
It's all processed over there. It's
Very clean.
Very clean. Very, very clean meat.
Very clean in Europe, yeah.
And
that burger we had in Ireland?
at the place called the Barge. I don't know if it's there anymore. That,
Oh my God. It probably is.
probably is, yeah. Because they're like over here, you know.
Oh yeah. If that bar had an 800-year-old wall.
Oh yeah, then that, yeah.
I think the barge is still there.
I think the Barge is still there, yeah. I'll tell you what, that our experience over in Europe was something I'll never forget. The history that's there, and it's just incredible. But also the respect for music and good music and good musicianship, even from the young kids who, you know, over in Europe, especially at the time, the techno music is, you know, real big. But even the kids, you know, they might not like listen to jazz or fusion music, but they have an appreciation for the good musicianship. It's really encouraging when you have young kids. You know, they might say, you know, they're not into that kind of music, but yeah, you're good, man. That's, you know, they don't try to play the popularity contest. You know what I mean? They look at things as they really are, and that's so encouraging.
Dogpa says a little money looks real cool at first, but you buy a house, a car, then you turn and look at life, and there it is, still staring at you, laughing. Got 2 cool new guitars at least. Oh, what'd you get?
Man, what you get, man?
Oh, we gotta know about guitars.
Yeah, we gotta know about that. Any guitars are good if it stays in tune and you like it. Hey, man. What melody is this? That song by, well, he passed away a few years back. Lou Rawls. You'll never find another love like mine. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, singing! Oh my God, Ron!
You're singing. Good. Look at, I could sing off key like anybody else. They could give me a job, man. Oh.
Oh, Dogpa says I got a 97 Gibson Custom Shop DC.
Oh, good for you, man.
Had it shipped to, had it stripped to wood and rebuilt. Guy messed it out being redone. Looking good so far. Almost done.
Oh, that's great, man.
Wow.
You know, there's something special when you put your own taste into it. You know, your own work, your own vision. Kind of customize it yourself. It really becomes personal. You know, it's your craftsmanship, it's your work, it's your vision, and you know that's like Brian May when he built that guitar for himself, and even Eddie Van Halen. That was his vision of what he wanted, and it doesn't matter how expensive the body, the neck is or anything. It's what you do with it. But I'll tell you what, if you do find something that's an older, an older Gibson, older Fender, something that you restore it to its originality, or you put what you would want into it because you're the one that's going to be playing it. And there's something special there.
Oh, Dogpa says flattened fingerboard, shaved neck, big SS frets, top end poly finish, Duncan Zephyr,
Yep, I know. Duncan pickups, Seymour Duncan pickups.
and Babbitt's Bridge.
Oh, Bigsby.
Oh, Bigsby.
Yeah, Bigsby Bridge.
Oh, Bigsby
Yep.
Bridge went all out.
Man, that's a sweet. I tell you what, that sounds sweet right there. Yeah, the flattened neck. Yeah, man.
Also bought a Sandberg Bodine.
Okay. Yeah.
Bowden
Oh.
with tune temperament frets. Guitar is sort of silly. Fretboard is awesome.
That's what matters, man. Is this start with a G? It's probably Bowden.
B.
Oh, B.
Boden.
Bowden. Okay.
Strandberg Bowden.
That name's yeah.
Unless he meant G. I don't know.
But I'll tell you what, man.
Well, John was watching Eddie this morning.
Nice.
The guitar without a peg head.
Yeah. I know. Steinberg. I know. Yep. See, those we used to call them the Steinberger guitars. They first came out in the '80s. The headless, and then they had just a straight body and that, and then but you see, there is another company. So I wonder if this other company. You could be right in the spelling. You definitely could be right because there is a guitar that has the headless, no headstock.
The headless guitar.
The
Oh
headless
my
guitar.
gosh.
Yeah, I was checking out a concert video that was just posted up, I guess, a couple weeks ago. KK's Priest, KK Downing from Judas Priest. And he's 72 years old and he's still rocking out. But now this was a few years ago. So I stumbled on this video and it happened to be a financial video. And this guy, and it was over there in Great Britain. And he's talking with this guy. And as soon as they showed him, like, oh, look, it's KK Downing with his hair long, but in a suit. And I guess he was also an investor. The money he made with Judas Priest in the earlier days, he invested that money. He had a country club over in Great Britain. I think he sold it a few years back. But just listen to this guy talk. When people would put down heavy metal musicians, but you listen to this guy talk, he talked very little about him being a Judas Priest, but he talked about his investments. Like, yeah, this guy is smart. And a lot of those guys back then, he made the comment, we didn't know the band was going to go on as long as it did. So the money I made, people would tell me about finding ways to invest it. So he started thinking about it. So he looked at something that he also enjoyed, but was also going to be something that was going to be lasting, more in a niche need market. And your country clubs and golf courses and that, they work. And so he did quite well. Now he's back out there touring and playing, and I'm watching this video and I realize this guy's 72 years old. And man, he's rocking out a storm. Yeah, it's good for you, man. I'm glad that things are going well. I've said this before, and I get this from Deb. It's not, yeah, you want to make more money. We always want to make more money, but it's what you spend. If it's this scenario where the more you make, the more you spend. Well, you're just right back at square one again. Your ratio, your spending to saving ratio is right square one. Sometimes it could be even deeper in the hole because if you're not always having that money coming in, but your expenses are always going to be there, well, then you kind of shot yourself in the foot. You know, these people, I've heard people say, well, if I win the lottery, I know I'm going to buy this, that, and the other, and that's fine, do what you want. But one thing you got to remember, you're going to be paying taxes on that. And when you go on super high end, and you're young, in your 20s, and think it's going to last, if you're not careful, it won't last. Because the higher end homes, cars, yachts that you buy, well, there's maintenance on that, and there's insurance on that, you know? And even though if your house is paid off, you still got property tax. So a lot of people don't realize that. That is that melody.
Oh, let's see. Show Dave the James addictions. Graphite.
Graphite?
I'll have to look that up, John. I don't know. You sent that to me? I don't remember. Not sure what that was. I don't know what you're saying, John. Dogpa says investments. That is next. I feel stupid. Gotta figure it out, or invest in a cat food company before I get to 90. Laughing. I ain't got enough to last 30 years unless I'm real careful. Dogpa says, like I wanted to do the Gibson fretboard to 20-inch radius, but settled on 17 because I may have to sell it to eat one day.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
John said, yes, a small fight.
Well, with investments, see, Deb knows about that way more than I do. Way, way more. But I'll tell you this. We invest in the steady eddies. We don't really take high risk chances. It's nice if you have a little bit of money aside specifically for that. But as we get older, it's not really the time to roll the dice all the time on a chance. And your needs, cat litter, cat food, dog food, diapers, or whatever, you'd be surprised how many people that are investing, even if they're musicians and they know a little bit about this, they'll invest in something that needs it. Very few of them are going to invest in music. Or if they do, they're going to invest a small portion. You know, this guy named Kevin O'Leary, that they call Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank, he's also a musician. There's a place on the East Coast. I forget the name of it. I gotta look it up. But it's a custom guitar shop or vintage guitar shop. They sell vintage cars and vintage guitars. And I guess Kevin O'Leary had stock in Fender and was helping out Fender. And that's why he likes Fender guitars and a Telecaster. He was at his video of him getting his Telecaster worked on and showed him playing a little bit. Yeah, he could play. But I do remember on Shark Tank, he was the one that invested in that one rock band because he just wanted to, you know, because he plays. But what's his name? Mark Cuban said he'll never invest in a band or music because he said the music industry is the worst industry to invest money in.
Dogpa said investing is like everything else. So many conflicting options.
Yeah.
Opinions. Conflicting opinions.
That's true. And what a lot of it is like rolling the dice, but some of it is more in the stuff that's in the need sector, chances are it's always going to be around. The guy I was talking to earlier, I'm not going to get too much in this conversation, but he's over here trying to tell me, yeah, that's all he does is play music. I'm thinking, he's older than me, so he's got a retirement. Good for him. Maybe a pension for him, but when he almost said it in an insulting way, and I was like, I almost said wrong. When he said he's a full-time musician, I almost said, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Because everybody knows what's going on. It's amazing how these strings do. The reason why I'll use the Diodario strings, once they stretch out, man, they hold their tuning. It's incredible. Yeah, there's some pretty rough waters out there.
Doc says, running out to barbecue. Be right back.
Oh, yeah, we'll be here, brother. Sounds like a good plan, man. See if my friend Hal, I'm just sending a message, see if he still wants to take lessons tomorrow online. Yeah, I'm going to help him out. He was my son for a long time, back in rural Illinois. I teach him classical guitar. He's a fan of blues, but he likes classical guitar. He learned this stuff quick, older than me and getting a little bit arthritis here and there, so coming up with ways to help him play some melodies, even if you just have to use a couple of fingers or when you're restricted. I've seen people play with, I don't want to say birth defects or anything like that, because I don't really like to say anything like that, believe in anything like that, but their hands are not like mine, the way they're slightly. But it can be tough when you have hands normally and then you go through an injury or you get arthritis, that things alter. Now you have to rethink everything. So that's how I'm going to help. And sometimes, my friends, you don't have to be this idea. And I'm glad I got my mind out of that. Because if you're only thinking about speed, then you're not thinking about the music, the feeling of music, Because we're all getting older and while we have our time, we're not going to be able to do the things musically. It's just ways for people to play, even if they have to use one or two fingers, sliding into them. Just making things sound musical and melodic. Beside, that's the umbrella she's taking down. Now actually, it's a little cloudy today. So, you know what happens as we get older, we still want to play, and we lose certain abilities to play the way we used to. Where's the next phase for us? So that's how I'm going to work on developing this and record and post on our website our lessons. But I'm also going to be seriously having a different segment for helping people out, teach them how to play with limited abilities that maybe physically they can't do, but it doesn't mean you still cannot play and sound musical. I think that's really the goal right there, sounding musical. That's what really draws a person in. Yeah, there's not that many people out here compared to last year. Yep, there's the screamers. Kids, man, they crack me up. I think they found something over there in the sand, and the little girl. Well, you got the little boy. She's looking at the ground. Mom's looking at something, and Dad's looking at it. It could be a crab. Yep, she just jumped. There's something that's over there. Take a walk. See. Called a hermit crab. Look at the little arm. Did you see it? It's a little hermit crab.
Yeah.
Look at his little. He's with the dirt, with the sand. I'm gonna move closer. I don't know how close it is.
Yeah, put him back in the water because he's crawling out.
He's crawling out.
Doing? Crawling out.
like the shell, the such a hermit crab, and he was in his shell. I put him back in the water, Deb. Yeah. You see, it was like his little arm going like this. Like, oh yeah, life is great. Oh. Sorry guys, it's gonna get rough. Yeah.
So I got here. What do I have here? Trying to get this to the sunset. You can see it.
Hi there. Yeah, let me move this up. Hi there. Okay, we got this. Oh boy. Okay, guys. I had to reposition my chair. All right. There. We're back.
John is enjoying the waves coming in. Lockhart says, okay, 10 minutes until I gotta turn the chicken. The goal always moves. Arthritis in hearing has stopped me playing live.
Oh wow.
I've had to change how I play some songs and no more loud amps.
Yeah. What, you want me to play or what do you try
You
to?
to move up closer.
I can see right here.
I know you can see it, but you're farther from the microphone.
I cannot hear because your voice is drowned by the air depth, so I really cannot hear what you're trying to tell me. See, I'm losing my hearing too. But no, we always have to.
Doctor said, I wish there were helpful vids like you've done back decades ago when I could have used that advice.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
It's alive, the little crab thing.
Oh, the crab. Yeah, that little guy, little arm was coming out.
John, it's unfortunate the wind is messing with the audio. John, cool. Dog, my ears are having a hard time, but I'm trying. I got no easy way to EQ it out in a live YouTube stream, unfortunately. I don't see Michael on his feed, but I posted a link to here. Crazy looking clouds and less wind at this angle. Oh.
Oh, nice.
Less
Yeah.
wind at this angle. All right.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's because it's raining over there.
Yeah, it's raining over there. Yeah, I'm gonna do that with our online lessons, but I'll also do some tidbit videos too on this because we're all getting older and we still want to continue to play music. And although I go through this sometimes where there's certain things I used to do when I was younger that I find it a little bit more tougher as I'm getting older. But how do you fight those anxieties, and that frustration and feeling like, oh my God, it's slipping away, whatever? No, it's one door closes, another door opens. So it's like kind of reinventing yourself so you still sound musical. So you still are doing what you really like to do. You're just doing it in a different fashion. You're still playing music. Again, I think what has happened, we've had 40 plus years of shred. So I don't think it's new anymore. And as fun as it is, it's also fun to play melodically, let the notes breathe, and let the music just carry itself. And with that being said, you don't really need a whole lot of ability as far as that's concerned. But what you need to do is understand how to breathe life into the notes. And I think what happens, it's like, here, I could equate this maybe better. When a person starts to lose their vision, their audio picks up more intense. And the reason why I know that, when I was driving that one guy over to the lighthouse, when I was doing NEMT, one guy I was taken to this place called the Lighthouse for the visually impaired. He had told me when he started losing his eyesight, I guess really at a young age, but he noticed his audio was picking up. So he could tune in sound-wise. So when one senses leave, another one gets enhanced.
Dogpa said kids need to see your online lessons. They have no idea. LOL.
Yeah. And the lessons are going to be just, very encouraging, very, here's one way of doing it. There is several ways of doing things. Oh, look at this bird. Look at, he's tweeting over here, man. Wow. You might see him start to walk along the water here. There. Let's see if I can do this. That bird right there. Yeah, there he is. You see him? He was tweeting up a storm. He had mean tweets. And sometimes when people only have the ability to use one finger, one finger is the strongest, and they want to play chords, a lot of times it could be your bar chords, or, your bar chords. And what I mean by that, you can just lay one finger across the three bottom strings. A lot of it will be minor strings, unless you start to alternate your tuning to help with that. But that's one of the things I'm going to key in on with these type of lessons, these type of tidbits. How to come up with ways, if you have to play, let's say, a major chord, and I'm going to really try to do it with only one finger. Instead of strumming it, you might have to arpeggiate it. That's okay. And then maybe right on the bait, on the root note as a strumming pattern. Or if you're in an area where there's a certain chord, you can play with another open string to make it sound chordal for strumming. Or again, if it's like a half a bar, let's say you're playing A minor on the fifth fret position, and you want to just take, let's say if your index finger is the only finger that you can really use, because that's the strongest. Well, if you take that index finger and flatten it on the bottom four strings, and play that open A string, that open fifth string, there's your A minor. It actually could be like A minor 7, but the point is still in the A minor. And I'll actually have the camera right on my hand so you can see what it is I'm doing. You'd be surprised how many people, I ran into this. I ran into people like this who play real fast, but they can't play melodies. And I remember in 1985, I had my Iris Destroyer. I recorded myself. I was playing very, very super fast, and I blew my mind when I played the playback on the tape, and that was playing. It's like, holy crap, I really got to these intense, fast levels. listen to it, I'm like, there's no melodies. And it's almost like a glorified exercise, incredibly fast, but there's no melodies, it's not musical, you know? So it's like, okay, I don't think I want to put on that one because I want to keep my musical quality. Plus, I was still, heavily involved with classical guitar and the fusion and all that. That was, really evolving. It was growing more and more with me. So, it's interesting. Those of us who had started playing in the mid '70s, we were not. There were other than jazz, and there was no YouTube. And if you didn't have it in the area that you lived in, you really were not exposed to it. The virtuoso playing. So you had a lot of, growing up on the AM radio, and a lot of it was the pop music. But the pop and the folk music at that time had a lot of melodies, and they were playing a lot of major and minor seventh chords and major ninth chords. So it had that feel, and very, not just strong melodies, but had a lot of dynamics. So as the musical quality was very, very strong. So that was the impact on us. And of course, into the hard rock, that was our music of energy, But and it just grew as time went on, of course, because those of us who stayed in the game, we evolved with everything. But those early days never left us because those were our roots.
Says, I'm so glad I learned how to use my little finger. I never know what finger is going to lock up. And I've gotten good at sweeping. I've gotten good at swapping them around, laughing, old age.
That's good.
John said I grew up with the Loop and Steve Dow, laughing.
The Loop and Steve Dow, yeah. Teenage Radiation.
Doug says, I found the book Improving Rock Guitar by Pat Thrall.
Yeah, Pat Thrall.
Made all the difference. Oh, improvising rock guitar made all the difference.
You know what? The improvisation.
Dogpa said it is on YouTube today. Best book I ever had on guitar.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. That's great. I agree because the magic of improvisation is that moment in time, and that's where things sound so musical. It's kind of like you're in an uncharted territory, but yet if you're caught up in that emotion, everything's going to come out. Even if you're slightly not in key, it's still going to work because of that raw emotion that's behind it. That's its driving force. I'm not knocking people with the music theory and this, that, and the other, and that's a great tool to have. But to make music, you really don't need that. And ask any blues musician, it always gets it's interesting. It always gets reverted back to blues musicians because they were always deemed the ones that were poor and uneducated. And when we go back in time to like the 40s and 50s and even further back, they had to play music. So they didn't have this luxury of this this number system or the note system yet, but they knew how to make music. And that's why I'll never forget one time we were having this jam session, and it was at this one pawn shop. This guy was talking. This other guy was, and I'm not knocking education, guys. You know, education is a great, great thing. But this one guy was running too far with it, trying to tell this local blues musician things he was doing wrong. But yet this local blues musician, we didn't even know the names or notes. You know, he knew the open strings, but he didn't know the names of the fretboard or anything like that. He looked at this guy with this degree and said, okay, if you know so much and I know so little, how come I'm out there working and you're not? This guy clammed up, man. He clammed up.
Lapa said, I can basically shred fine. It is when I think I mess up, laughing.
You know what? We all
Lapa said, I went to school for music, electronics, and recording engineering.
Great.
Still had to learn to improvise.
Yeah. You know, then Davo, do you remember back, well, at least back in the 80s, the magazines, Musicians Magazine, the Recording Magazine, I would see the ads in there with Taxi. Remember Taxi, Deb? You send your tapes in, and Taxi's going to take your tape, your demo tape, to ship it to all the record labels to see if you get a deal. Or in the Recording Magazine, people would send in their demo tapes for it to get critiqued, you know. They would use the Tascam Porter 414 studio, and they would name what the gear they're using and how they're recording, and there'd be all this advice on recording, and it was all helpful because in a lot of the schools, Mark, our friend Mark, my former student, my friend Mark, he went to Berklee College of Music. He was there 5 years, and he was doing production for Disney for the last 9 years. And he's also running down at a high-end place up, I think it's up in Orlando, where he's down in Florida, but he's up in the Orlando area. I was blown away by the production he was doing for one of the Disney shows. Man, oh my God, did this guy have it going on, man. I was just, wow. So happy for him, like, dude, you're top notch, man. And he would say that, you know, a lot of recording studios, they would invest this money on top notch high-end gear because, you know, they're competing with the industry standards plus what's coming out for the future to be the industry standard. And it was so ironic that a lot of these, because the colleges were doing this and investing all this money in high-end gear, a lot of times record labels would use the college studios because the students were basically interns, but they were also students, and they're learning all these techniques. So if a record label is on the budget, well, they'll go to the college studio because they know at least the professors running the show, and they're going to get something, you know, really good quality, top quality, without spending a whole lot of money breaking the bank, you know. And when it really comes down to it, no matter how good the recording, if the music is not likable, well, you got a top-notch recording, but the music's not likable. You know what I mean? So it's like how do you predict all that? You know? But going back to what you're saying, yeah, you got that background, and it's always great to have, man. And I'll tell you what, I would never disregard that because it's something that, you know, I wish I had. I remember how I had to learn recording. I had a Fisher cassette deck, and it had 2 inputs. And I took the stereo output of one of my delay pedals and went into the stereo on the 2 inputs. And I was able to learn how to balance out my input so it wouldn't clip. And that's how I started, you know. And then later on buying Tascam cassette
Dogpa
recorders.
says, I had a teacher that was editor of Recording Engineer Producer magazine.
Oh, okay.
Started on 2-inch tape, went all the way through to digital, seen it all.
Yep.
Then he says, I did 25 or so years in video post-production.
Oh my God, you got it.
Before going to marketing.
Wow.
Wow, Dogpa, you got a great life.
Yeah.
So exciting.
That's great, man. Because the things you've seen, of course, you remember the ADAT machines? Remember the Ulysses ADAT feeder?
Yeah.
when we recorded the Shadow Load CD. That's what we recorded on PDAP. Over at Gem Studios.
Doc, are you in California? Doc said we had the original ADATs just around the end of school.
Wow.
Oh, he was in South California, left for Texas 5 years ago. He's in Texas now. He
He's in
was in
Texas?
South California, now he's in Texas.
Wow, good for you, man.
Nice.
So yeah, Doc, while you being in the industry, you've seen all these changes, man. I remember the 2-inch tapes. A lot of us, we couldn't afford all that. I think it was the Apex tapes was one of the top selling brands. Well, we used to learn on recording on cassette 4-track recorders. And I remember when Tascam, I had a Tascam, it was the 488, the 8-track recorder. You could record on 4 tracks simultaneously and bounce onto the other 8. On the first Tascam I had, and even my Porter 07, 4-track, you could record on 2 tracks simultaneously and then do your bouncing. They used to recommend this out. See if this is true. I remember seeing this recommendation. If you're going to record vocals, melodies, lead guitar, it's a thinner sounding instrument. Keep that on your inside tracks. Your drums and your bass, keep it on your outside tracks. So let's say you got 4 tracks, and I think it was if you could do 4 tracks simultaneously, drums on track 1, bass on track 2 if you're not going to record stereo, and then the other instruments in between. Now, I could be wrong, but I remember seeing something to that effect. Or if it was not recommended, it was a question asked in one of the recording magazines. Which was
Doc said I was around LA Hollywood in the late 70s, 80s.
Oh, man.
So I saw a lot of I saw a lot of stuff young.
Yeah,
and
you did.
Randy Rhoads sat along with him in an apartment and saw him play in like 77. And he's east of Dallas right now. Wow.
What happened? I didn't hear that, sweetie. East of Dallas right now?
East of Dallas.
Oh, east of Dallas right now. Oh, nice. Yeah, we were going to move to the Dallas-Fort Worth area before we came down here. We done some shows down there.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, man. That's a great experience. Seeing Randy Rhoads.
Randy Rhoads, wow.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting back then? You know, here's the thing, and correct me if I'm wrong. Going back at that time, the musicians that were the influencers on what would become the Shredders were guys like Al Di Meola, John McLaughlin, Alan Holdsworth, because Alan Holdsworth had a lot of the legato playing. I know he had a big impact on Eddie Van Halen. And there was quite a few other musicians that I can't remember their names right now, but they were more in the genre of the jazz and the jazz fusion, because the jazz fusion was getting very strong. It was also hated by some of your traditional jazz musicians and some of the public, but it was also embraced, especially by the rockers, because it was like, at that era, it was the first time seeing a Marshall stack being played in a jazz band and blending those styles.
Docpa said he's looking for a home a little farther east where hills start and the trees are pine, not mesquite or oak.
Ah. You know, I know something about when we came down here, I used to get fall allergies up north. And even when we did that wedding gig in Chattanooga, Tennessee, remember that?
Yeah.
I walked past that one little garden thing, and man, I started seizing up a storm. And I had to perform for a wedding, and Deb was right behind me with the tissue while I was playing the ceremony. Remember that?
Oh,
As soon as I got down here.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
yeah. I had to stand behind you
Yeah.
and keep feeding you tissue.
Oh man, it was.
Every song you were blowing your nose.
And I'm trying to do it discreetly
Clearing
because
your
it's a
eyes.
wedding. My eyes were watering. It was
It
horrible.
was horrible for Dave, but he was a trooper. He got through it.
Yeah, you know, I had to get
Look
through
at
it.
that red.
But
Look
as soon
at
as we
that
got
red.
down here, no more allergies.
Yeah, he's had no allergies in Florida.
Yeah, none.
Take a look at that. It's a pretty sky. With some dark clouds in there too because of the rain is back home from what I can see. What's going on? We're losing our sand. Got this kid right here. Oh, it's a lady. No, it's a kid. I don't know what that is. Alright, let's see here. Dogpa, I bought a cap from the bass player of Randy's old band before QR Flyer. He had me meet Randy to demo it for me.
Wow, wow.
Wow. John says it looks amazing, that's for sure. The sky.
Those are some awesome stories, man. Awesome experiences. Yeah, man.
Now look at it over here. Look at that.
I know, right?
Look at that. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh. Look at that cloud.
It's interesting. The techniques in painting, what I've been discovering, is when you add the water, and let's see if you're using acrylic paint or acrylic
That's
ink.
back home.
Yeah.
That's all the rain.
And then with the brush, or if you just blow on it, it just creates these cloud
Yeah,
forms.
that's all the rain. Whoops.
Yeah, look at that.
I blurred it.
You know it's raining over there, Dad. You can almost see it.
This is what we're getting for our sunset because of that rain cloud. Dang. But at least it's dry.
You know what?
That's pretty.
There's just only a few of us on this beach right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the sunset is, right there on that cloud.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's where the sunset is. Yeah. Well, look at the swirl in that cloud, there, right? No, look at the camera.
Yeah.
If you bring it upward, point upwards. Yeah, can you see that? Like a swirl?
Oh yeah. Still warm. So, is that lightning? Oh my God! Did I just see lightning? Did you guys see that? Did anybody
I didn't see that.
Okay.
I'm stuck on this melody, Deb.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Dogpa says Randy handed me that white Les Paul, but I was so freaked out after watching him, I just bought the cap. If I'd only known how famous he and that guitar would become, I'd have for sure played it. Oh.
Yeah, but you know what?
Said, nice clouds. John says, stay dry going home.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna try, man.
Dogpa says many layers going all over.
But that's a great experience, man, because you were right there in the room with them. And you know what? This is when you see these people and you talk with them, and you know the ones who are down to earth. Yeah, but that was lightning right there. I saw him flash back there.
Yeah.
It's so encouraging as a musician because you realize we're all. It's like they become co-workers, even though they're more famous than maybe you and I, but we're still in the game. And when you sit down and talk with these people, and they get rid of that fame, and they just sit down by the pure ability to play, your ability to play, and yeah, I know, right? And what you got to say as a musician, they highly respect that. You know what I mean?
everybody has left the beach.
Yeah.
Everybody left the beach. Still the most important thing I ever saw. Cannot even describe it 50 years later. Everybody has left the beach.
You know, I bet that was in that place. You know what? That's what so-called the being themselves. Watching that moment, catching them down. That is such a cool experience.
This is all that's left on the beach. Just a handful of ding-dongs. Because it's lightning. I took down our umbrella. That's our setup. It takes a while to push that wagon through the sand. We gotta go over there. You have a pocket? You saw another? You have a pocket in that shirt?
I have a pocket in your shirt?
Yeah. On your shirt. You have a
No.
pocket. Oh, you don't have a pocket? Oh, because we did the pocket thing
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah,
Oh, we
I
can
did.
use your pant pocket.
Yeah, I didn't have a pocket.
Noisy when you move around that way. Yeah.
Get ready to fold up, man.
I'm gonna, as soon as Dave puts his guitar away, I'm gonna pack up the chairs and hand him
Yeah, I'll hold the camera.
Oh, yeah, there's lightning right over there. Yeah. Yeah, it's time to go.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna shut off the stream. Dave's gonna stream while we go back to the car. And stop at the privy. I'm going to the bathroom before we leave. It took about an hour to get home from this side of
Oh, yeah.
Sanibel. Oh,
Okay.
all right.
This stuff, I don't want to.
Put it in the pocket. See where my water is? The other pocket. And then you have this.
Okay.
You can hold this.
Yeah, let me get on this side because I got this.
Let me hold this. You
Okay.
hold this. This I'm going to put in your pocket.
Okay. Yeah, guys. Yeah, the lightning was over in that area, and there was some of it over there. There's a couple of people down here got struck by lightning. An older guy, I think either in his 40s or 50s. Well, he was all right, but they're like a 22-year-old. That man, he was still in critical condition over at the hospital. So I got yeah, that blew. So yeah, it's Florida. What are we gonna do, right? Let's see if I can do this, guys. I'm gonna. Yeah. The birds are laughing at us. Yeah, there's more lightning from behind us now. And they left a little sand pile over there. There was that little girl right there. Saw the sand crab. She was backing up and screaming. This is where some of those sharks be swimming around out there. Some of these people start going out here when it's not a storm threat. They'll start going out there, especially when they get drunk. And even if they get bit, most likely that's what happens. But if they get bit, man, some of those sharks, man, they bite in the right spot. Those teeth are strong, and some of them, their first bite is almost a kill bite. And they do enough damage, you bleed to death. It's real sad. Real sad. It's. I'll tell you what, guys. It's very different, and I still, even though we've been down here 7 years, equate this compared to when I used to go to Lake Michigan. You know, on Addison Rocks back in Chicago when I lived in Chicago. Me and my friends would just walk down Gray Street, and we go by what was called the Totem Pole, and then go past further. There's a little park there, and eventually you come into, through the parking lot, and then it was called the Rocks because they put all these boulders so people would not jump in, and it was like almost like a stereotype type case, like yeah. Here, I'm gonna hold on my shoulder, Deb. But we have our jam sessions with our guitars, but we didn't have any fear to go in the water. You see, there's flashes, another lightning strike. But see, down here, man, we got all kind of sharks. And lately, the bull sharks have been coming close. Although they did say somewhere, I can't remember where it was, Maybe it was up closer to Sarasota area. There was a smaller great white swimming around, but I don't think it was gonna bother anybody. But you don't know. They'll do things out of curiosity. Because they're hungry, they're just gonna survive. Except those bull sharks, those suckers are mean, man. They get aggressive. Okay, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna walk kind of with the camera facing toward the water, so you guys can see this. Hopefully that's pushing. Yeah, the sand is like a pain in the ass. Either that's two people there, or it's just two mounds of sand. Yeah, I think I did. Or they're chairs or something. But yeah, there's no one on the beach now, except the people in front of us. Oh yeah, as I go. Sorry guys. There's the moon. The moon's made of cheese. Yeah. Right there, Steve. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what that is over there. I don't know. If I can zoom in on that. Maybe it's just two chairs. People left behind. Yeah. Or sometimes people make little, like I said, they sand mountains. So they make sand castles. But yeah. It's a nice little area. And we do have to pay for the parking here, but it's worth it. Yeah, there's more. We got more. You alright there, hon? Yeah, I know it's tough. Yeah. Let's see if I can help push. Once we get on that little solid ground there, out of the sand, we'll be alright. Yeah. Nothing's easy. Almost there. Almost there. Yeah, there we go. Thank God it's right. Yeah. Yeah. There it is. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, I don't want this to turn. I know what's happening, guys. The bottom. There's a bottom screw on this thing. Well, that's our day at the beach. It's like a little tiki hut thing. Yeah, she's going quick. I better go quick. Yeah. Yep, there's more lightning. There's definitely more lightning. Yeah. We actually parked close to where the exit is on this pier. So, look at this road down there. When it's deserted, it's kind of creepy. Yeah. Yeah, man. I gotta catch up to her. Yeah, she moves fast, man. Sometimes I move quicker. Sometimes I don't. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. You can smell the sewer water. Certain areas here. Here's what it is. Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna get ready. Look at this. And there's the moon. Well, you know there's gators in there, man. They really don't bother anybody. The sad thing in North Fort Myers, I don't know how close to us because we're in North Fort Myers. A lady did get attacked. She was an older lady. Her dog survived. She survived. I guess she kicked she was like 82 years old. She kicked the gator right in its snout and it let go of her. And another woman heard her screaming as she's crawling in the grass more toward the houses. And the woman came out, was calling 911 and help assisted the lady. And she says, yeah, her leg was all chewed up. Look at this. That looks cool. But they all have a common theme, guys. They're walking their dogs, and I'm not knocking them. But and then when they showed it on the local news, they had the news reporters standing right there, and you could see the sign, beware of gators. These people want to walk their dogs close to the water. They did. Uh-oh. Want to see if there's anything open here, Deb. Or is it just a changing room? Oh, there's no bathroom.
No facility?
Oh, no facility. Oh, God. See, just have to hold it and get to the closest maybe restaurant or gas station. I gotta go.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I could hold it, but anyways, that's why you can't. Parking. Yeah, I see it over here, Deb. I see it over here. Yeah. See that lightning? But you gotta be aware of the wildlife because it's their natural habitat. That better be to the parking. Yeah, it is. I think I see our car too. Ha. But yeah, you got to be careful. Because I remember I was bringing the bus back and I thought it was an armadillo and it happened to be a tail of a 4-foot gator. And yeah, as soon as I came up to him while I was driving, he took off running. And they could run. He was booking pretty quick, man. The thing is with the gators, they look at us as we're giants. So if they're a little bit on familiar territory and they feel that you got the advantage, they're going to run away from you because they're scared. But when they get cornered and there's no way out, they're going to attack. Okay, my friends, that ends another birthday celebration. And we will let you know when we go live again, probably during the week. Friday's our next show for sure, but I'll see if I do something during Wednesday. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much. We love you all. Thank you for that birthday wishes. You guys are awesome, and you're sharing your stories, man.
Hey, John, happy birthday, John.
Yeah, happy birthday, John. To you too, brother. And Dog Power and everyone that's tuned in. God bless you guys, because you're very inspiring to me. And we thank you and we love you. Until next time, happy birthday. Stay strong, safe, and true. Rock on, and God bless. Have a wonderful Saturday. God bless you now. Edwin, thank you. God bless you guys. Dale Palmer, thank you, and God bless you. See you guys soon. Dog Power, God bless you too, brother. Thank you.